Hey Sarah, my name is Jessica from Peterson SEO, and this morning I spoke with Nate, who thought you should be the one to see this video. So today I'm going to go over a few tips that you guys can apply right away that's really going to help with your online presence as well as getting more organic leads. It is important to note that nearly 70% of your organic leads are going to come from this website. So it is really important that this website be properly optimized so you can actually capture that traffic. So we are on your website here, and the first thing I notice is your website is not secured. So you need to go and get an SSL certificate and secure your website as soon as possible, because with a website that's not secure, your website can be hacked and a variety of things can happen. It can cost you a lot of money down the road to try and fix all the damage. So you definitely want to get that SSL certificate right away. Um, so the other thing I noticed is that although you have a variety of services, you don't have separate pages. So, in order to be found for each of your services, you really need a separate service page for every single service that you offer. That way, you can build your content around that specific service and focus on your local buyer intent keywords. Local buyer intent keywords are going to be the words that people are actively searching for in Phoenix for your services. They may not know the name of your company, but they know the service that they need, and that's what they're going to be Googling for. And then your homepage needs to have a minimum of 1,000 to 1,500 words of content or more, depending on what your competitors are doing. And so you're going to need to add a lot more content to your homepage built around each of these services, but focus on those local buyer intent keywords. You're going to want to make sure that all of your pages have their own original content and keywords that they're focused on. You don't want to use the same keywords on multiple pages. And if you're servicing cities outside of Phoenix, which it looks like you are, you should really consider having separate service area pages, which would be like mini home pages, except that they would be focused on a specific city. So they would have their own original content based around each of your services that are city specific as far as the keywords. So you're definitely going to want to work on those so that you can be found organically for each of your services and in each of the service areas, because Google has little robots that go and index all of these pages looking for that original content and the keywords so that you can be indexed for them, ranked, and put in front of your customers when they're searching for your services. Um, let's look at your top competitor for water damage in Phoenix. And we have ServPro. And yes, they are a franchise. But the good news is you're actually at an advantage because franchises don't have the ability to modify their portion of the website. And you guys do. And so because they can't modify the content and add their own specific keywords that they want to target, they're stuck with what they have and they have to work 2 or 3 times as hard with their SEO just to try and capture traffic because the content and keywords aren't on their site. So you can actually easily beat these guys, but you do have to have the content. You need more content than they do, and you have to work on that keyword strategy. And keep in mind, there's several different versions of the same keywords because not everybody looks everything up the same way. So you definitely need to do your keyword research to make sure you're capturing the best keywords for each of your services. So you're definitely going to need more content than these guys do. Not just on your homepage, but your service pages and service areas as well. And then you need to support your website with SEO because a website without search engine optimization isn't really going to be found online. So if we look here, you have a rating of a 0 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which means Google does not trust your website. That's 100% based on your backlinks and referring domains. You really don't have very many, and you're going to need a lot of these, but not all are created equal. So you want to make sure that you're only getting the good authoritative links that are directly related to your services, and that they're do follow links so that they share the power of the high ranking sites and help you to rank. And then Google only gives you credit for one backlink per referring domain. So anything else Google looks at as spam. If we look here, only 2 of your links are actually do follows, which means only 2 of these links are doing anything remotely to help your website. You have been indexed for 15 keywords, but you're only getting about 41 people on average to your website. So you're missing out on a ton of potential traffic by not having your website optimized with the right content and keywords supported by your backlinks. If we look at your keywords, you have 1 keyword on the first page of Google. There's 10 spots available. And that's for your brand. So the brand is great, but it's also a national keyword. So majority of the traffic you actually get are going to be national, and it's going to give you false metrics, and most of the traffic will not be local. So you do need to focus on local keywords like this: Restoration Phoenix, Arizona, Restoration Mesa, water restoration, water damage restoration, mold remediation, Phoenix, etc. So you really need to focus on those relevant local keywords, so the traffic you get to your site will actually be traffic that has the potential to convert and become customers. If we look at your competitor, we don't actually care how their whole website is performing, because you don't have to compete against ServPro franchise. You're only competing against this Phoenix area. So they have a rating of a 17 with only 7 referring domains and backlinks, which just proves that not all are created equal. And only 1 of those are do follows. So you only have to beat their 1 good referring domain in quantity as well as quality. But they have been indexed for 74 keywords, and they are getting over 200 people to their website Phoenix locations. So you definitely need to work on those strategies we mentioned so you can start capturing this traffic and more. And then the last piece of this is going to be your Google My Business page or Google Maps section. Nearly 30% of people search directly in the maps and don't go anywhere else. So if you're not listed here, you send all those leads to your competitors. Now, in order to be in the top 3, there are several factors, but the most important is going to be your citations, and that's going to be the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like Yelp and Yellow Pages. So you're going to need a lot more of those than your top competitor. But when you follow each of these tips that I've provided you today, your website can be number 1 across Google for each of your services and service areas using those local buyer intent keywords supported by your SEO. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you found it helpful and would really love to get your feedback on it. And if you have any questions at all, please give me a call at the number on the screen and we can chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.